NNOX. I could talk about this NNOX trade. Now, NNOX is interesting because when I originally shared this idea, I more wanted to share it as a lesson about skew, just to look on how NNOX was priced. I did get involved with this. High risk, high reward. Did anybody else play around with NNOX, or have you guys been following this trade? I printed out my trades for you guys, and I'm happy to, show you what I did. I got in, and I originally got in back here, buying two. This was before the conference, and this here was on December 2nd. And I put this trade on, and before I got in, again, I knew what I was comfortable risking. I was just risking these two, and if it worked out, great. If it didn't, while I was listening to the presentation, I was actually listening with a radiologist as well, because I wanted to get his feedback. And the feedback from the radiologist when I was listening to NNOX was, oh my God, this thing is awesome. He never seen anything like it. So he was all like, wow, this is really going to change the game. And so that was on 12/2, which would be right here. So talking right here, I'm gonna organize this so you guys can see everything. So actually on the 3rd, excuse me, it came out right here, say, and then when the market went offered after the announcement, probably down here, that's when I came and bought 10 of the 70 strike for 380. That was right here. Then what I decided to do as it rallied, here the 70s and 70s, this trade really allowed me to break even on the trade. This is what allowed me to finance the trade, buying for 370, selling 5 of them for 370, or buying for 380 and selling for 750. But then what I also did was I took this 2 lot of these 90s that I bought for 370, and I sold 5 of them into it. So I sold 5 of these, which take these long 2 into short 3. And that's how I ended up short 3 right here. Okay? That makes sense, guys? So originally I'm long 4, then I'm long 12 and 2, then I took off 5 on the 70 strike, and then I took off 5 on the 90 strike to reverse that position from being long 2 to being short 3. Then 2 days ago, I added to the position, and then this morning I put an order in to offer 5 of them at $3 because I'm trying to finance this trade. Right now, all I'm doing with this position with 7 days left is I'm trying to break even. Maybe I'm trying to make a little bit of money now, especially because this morning I was up maybe a grand on the position. But overall, I could care less about NNOX. I am only in position management mode. I am doing nothing but trying to break even on this trade. Maybe make a little bit. And this, when a trade goes against me, because too, I just played from the long side of this and I was dead wrong. You can still survive being dead wrong. You just got to be careful. You just got to be careful. And buying 2 days ago, well, I bought 2 days ago because the stock continued to get killed. 1210, 1209 right here, and I still have the feeling that the technology was good, and it's kind of like my only way to break even. But I'm going to be pretty tight with it as soon as it bounces to try to put these positions in motion. And this is exactly what I'm doing to manage a position. I'm just trying to survive. I'm just trying to survive. I'm not trying to go out further in January. I don't want more risk. I just want this to trade 50. I want to make my 2 grand from this, alligator wrestling and move on. That's my thought process. I have a very, very similar thought process for trades when they go against me. I will try to make something happen. So the question is, so look at here, I sold 5 of them on the 90 strike. I bought 2 of them on the 90 strike at 370. And then because I was able to reduce my risk, I also scratched this trade and got short and rolled it into a spread. You see there, bought for 370, 2 of them, and then sold 5 for 370. That makes sense, guys? Because now I'm thinking of breaking even or scratch. So I don't need to own premium on the 90 strike. I own premium on the 70 strike. I never, ever, ever sold naked calls. Let's do it this way. Okay, so we have the strike position. So we start long 2, long 2, right? That's how we start. Then we go long 12 right here. 4 minutes later, these long 2, we sell 5 right into it. So now we're short 3. So David, this is what you might have been talking about. Look what I did. I rolled it into, I'm always protected. Does this make sense going over in this format, guys? It's really, I mean, this is important, by the way. This is how I manage money on every trade. This is just an example of a random trade. But I think it's a good example because it went against me. And this is, I mean, this is crafty. This is, hey, I'm long 2 from 7, right? So what do I do here? I cost average to get this down because I'm long from 7. They're going to give it to me at 380. Once it rallied 4 minutes after, the first thing I did is got rid of those 90s, right? Because now I just added to my 70s. So I got rid of my 90s. And then when this gave me a chance, which it looks like 2 hours later, as soon as I could reduce my 70s, I reduced them. And then I was like this. And so right here, now I'm chilling because now I'm up a little bit of money. I'm fine. But then to manage the trade even more, I added by going lower and lower and lower because I wanted more deltas, guys. I needed my freaking deltas here. I'm losing too many deltas because if you look at it, NNOX here, all this shit is nothing. I have no delta. This is nothing. This is not stock. This is hope. This is praying. This is nothing. This is delta. This, I have a little bit of delta here, right? At least these are 30% stock. These are only 17% stock. So as I'm adding, I'm going with more and more delta, but I'm also, adding risk. And so that's why as I'm adding risk, because I just added $3,000 of risk, maybe $2,700 of risk, the moment I can reduce, I'm all in. I'm going to reduce as soon as I can. So I'm 5 here, which is my position right now, 5573. I want this filled and I want that done. I want that out. If that's filled, I'm going to make money. And I was close this morning. I was on the offer, but no longer. David, thank you, bud. Oh, and James, you're good, I'm guessing? What a fucking trade this is, my man. Good for you. And then next week, we'll do a closed-end fund class, by the way. I don't care about NNOX. I have 7 days left. I'm just trying to break even while not adding a crazy amount of risk. Okay, that's That's my only job with NNOX. And I feel, you know, between us, I bet you I end up making $3,000 or $4,000 on this position. I don't need much. Right now, I've controlled my position enough. I'm thrilled to be down $250, considering I'm long from these circles. I feel like I'm in a good position. I feel like I'm in a powerful position, right? Because I just needed to come back here. I come back here, I'm crushing. And worst case scenario, if it doesn't, I'm not going to add any more. But you know, I still have a little bit of risk here. 70s, why won't I get rid of these? Because there's nothing there. Nothing is there. There's no premium left.